Hi guys, welcome back. So we understood several commands as of now. What are the commands we discussed so far? We discussed git help command, and we discussed git config command, and we discussed git init command. We discussed git add command, and we discussed git status command, git status command, and we discussed git commit command with -m, and we discussed git remote add command, and we discussed git push command, and we discussed git clone command, and we discussed git restore command, right? What is the purpose of git help command? To get the documentation. Sorry, to see all the frequently used commands, we will go for the help command. What is purpose of git config command? To configure our user details in the git bash, then we will go for git config command. What is git init command? Git init is used to initialize our working directory. Then what is git add command? To add the files to the staging area, we will go for add command. What is git status command? To see what are the files are added to staging area, we will go for the status command. What is the git commit command? It is used to commit the files from staging area to local repository. Then we will go for commit command. What is the purpose of git remote add command? To add remote repository URL to our git working directory. What is the push command? To send the files from local repository to remote repository, we will go for push command. What is git clone command? It is used to take the project from remote repository to our working directory. We will go for git clone command. What is the git restore command? Two things. One is to unstage the file, and another one to discard the changes. Now let's try to do it. So I have my project here. Let me open my git bash. Yes, I'm opening. 1 minute. Yeah, this is my git bash. I want to verify which files are added to staging, which files are not added to staging. What is the command, guys? I am using a command called git status command. What it is telling now? Nothing to commit, working tree clean. Your branch is up to date with the main branch. Boss, you don't have any changes in the local to do the commit. Everything is up to date. Now go to our project pom.xml. Let me change one dependency. I'm adding the dependency scope. Instead of test, I'm keeping the scope as runtime. After adding this scope, now let me go to my project, and I want to check the status by using a command called git status command. Using a command called git status command. What it is telling? What it is telling, boss? Changes are not staged for commit. You modified one file called pom.xml. You use add command to update what will be committed, or you use the restore command to discard changes in the working directory. You modified some file. You have two options now. Do you want to stage that file, or do you want to remove the changes from the file what you have done? That is called discard the changes. To discard the changes, which command? Restore file name. To add the file to staging area, which command? Git add command file name. Able to follow me? Yes. Now I want to go for git add. Git add. I can add one file. I can add multiple files also. Git add. Git add dot. What this git add dot will do? It will add all the newly created files and modified files to the staging area. Git add dot. Fine. I want to verify the status. How to do that? Git status. What it is telling now? Git to restore double staged file name. I am using restore command. What will happen if I use the restore command now? What will happen if I do the restore now? Unstage. Git to restore double stage. What is the file? Form.xml. Suppose multiple files I want to unstage, then a dot. What we can specify? Dot. So when I specify the dot, multiple files also will be, all the files which are in the staging area will be unstaged. Now again, after doing the unstage, I want to check the staging area. How to check the staging area? Git status. I want to check the staging area by using git status. So what it is saying that modified a file. Which file? Form.xml. We have modified form.xml. Now I am using restore again. What is the purpose of this restore? This earlier restore, unstage the file. Okay, now I want to commit and push this file. Can you tell me how to commit and push this file? Come on, man. Git add dot. What is the meaning of that? That file is added to staging area. Now let's go for git status modified form.xml. I want to commit and push, right? It is added to staging area. How to commit it? Git commit -m. Git commit -m message scope added. Git commit -m scope added. Now it is committed. When I commit, will it reflect in the remote repository or it will not reflect in the remote repository? Will it reflect in the remote repository? Will not reflect in the remote repository? Will not reflect in the remote repository. Now, how to commit from the local repository to remote repository? To commit from the local repository to remote repository, what I need to do? I need to go for git push command. Execute the git push command. Now I have done the push. Now go to git repository, refresh this. When I refresh, you can see pom.xml. Now can you see my change is reflecting or not? My change is reflecting or not? Yes, my change is reflected. Okay, guys. Now see here, I am typing the commands here. Whatever the commands I typed, git a help command, git a config command, git a init command, git a add, git a status, git a commit, git remote add, git push, git clone, git restore. So I hope you guys understood how to add the files to staging area, how to commit the files, and how to push the files. I will repeat it, guys, once again. 1 second. I will repeat it. Okay. Fine. So let us go for project. In my project, there is a pom.xml file. Let me edit the pom.xml. There is a scope available. Version 1.0 is available. Let me change from 1.0 to 1.1. So can I say I have modified my pom.xml? I have modified my pom.xml. Now I want to verify the status. How to verify the status? By using git status command. Online students, I'm repeating the restore. Observe once again. So here I'm using git status command. When I use the status command, what it is telling? Form.xml file is modified. How many options I have now? 2 options I have. What are the 2 options? Git add the file to the staging area and git restore. I want to discard the changes. I want to add the files to the staging area. How to add the files to staging area? Git add dot. Now how to verify that? By using git status. What it is saying? Modified form.xml. Now can I unstage that file? What is the meaning of unstaging? Removing the files to the from staging area to from unstaging to staging. So let us do that. Git to restore -- staged dot. What is the meaning of dot? All the staged files will come to unstaging area. Now let me verify that. Git status. The file is in the modified state. I want to commit and I want to push. Can you tell me the commands? First one, git add dot. Git add dot. Now check the status. What is the status? Git status. It is already in the staging. How to commit the file? Git commit -m message. What is the message? Version update for password util dependency. The exact reason we have to specify in the commit message. Now enter. That file is committed. So when the file is committed, is it reflect, will it reflect in the remote repository? Will not reflect in the remote repository? Will not reflect in the remote repository. What I need to do for that? Then git push. What I need to do? Git push. When I do the git push, now go to our remote repository and check this. Now can you see version update for the password util? My commit message is displaying. Go to the pom.xml, check it. Version is coming as 1.1. Am I able to commit and push the change? Yes, I'm able to commit and push the change. The next one, guys, see here. Whenever we commit any file, then Git will generate one commit ID. For every commit, one commit ID will be available. So here, when you click on this commit ID, it will display what is the ID that is generated. See, it is showing that red color and green color. Red color one is the previous version, green color is the latest version. In the pom.xml earlier, the version available as 1.0. Now I changed the version to 1.1. I have committed that file. It is displaying the commit ID. It is displaying the previous commit ID and current commit ID is available. So whenever you commit, one commit ID will be generated. So what are the changes we have done in the commit that will be maintained by the commit ID. So based on the commit ID, we can track what changes we have done, when the changes happen, why the changes happened, everything we can track it. Code integration is possible, monitored access is also possible. Now, I want to see the history of the commits. How many commits happened, when commit happened, why commit happened, at what time the commit happened. I want to check the history. In order to check the commit history, there is a command called git log command. There is a command called git log command. So this is my initial commit. Here I have added scope. Here I have updated version. So total I have done 3 commits to my repository. So this is the first commit ID. This commit. I configured my username. I configured my email ID by using config command. Why that config I have done? When I check the history, it should be able to display who committed, when committed, why committed, what committed. Now, I have done my first commit at 10:58. The message I have given initial commit. Who committed? My mail ID is displaying. Second commit I have done at 11:45. I have changed the scope of the dependency. Access who, when, why, what, everything we can track by using log command. And similarly, I want to delete a particular file. I want to delete particular file from the repository. To delete particular file from the repository, we will use rm command. What is the command? Git rm. Here we have a command called git log command. What is the purpose of git log command? What is the purpose of git log command? By using git log, the commit history. Similarly, there is a command called git rm. What is the purpose of git rm? What is the purpose of git rm? It is used to remove the file from the remote repository. Whenever you want to remove the file from the remote repository, first you need to remove the file by using rm command. Then you need to commit and push that removal also. If you execute the remove, whatever the remove operation you are doing, that also you have to commit, that also you have to push. Are you getting my point? Now first let me commit one file and push it, then later I will show you how to remove that. So now this is my project directory. Here I want to create one file. I'm using touch db.txt. One file I have created. That file is created in my project directory. Do you know how to commit and push it? git first status db.txt. Then next what I need to do? Git add dot. What is the meaning of git add dot? File is added to staging area. File is added to staging area. Now I want to commit. Come on, git commit. Git commit hyphen m. Git commit hyphen m. The message db file added. DB file added. Then git push. I'm pushing that file from my local to remote. Local to remote. Refresh our repository. Go to the repositories. This is our repository. Go inside this. Can you see the file is added? Now that file is available in my local. Same file is available in my remote repository also. Now I want to delete that file from the local as well as from the remote repository. Observe what is the command we are going to use for that. Okay, I will use a command git rm db.txt. My file name is db.txt. Git rm db.txt. Enter. Then it has removed. Now execute the status. Whenever we execute rm command, by default it is added to staging area. Whenever you create a file, you modify the file, manually you need to add to the staging area. But whenever we use the git rm command, that file is deleted from the local and it is by default added to staging area. Now file is removed from remote repository. File is not removed from the remote repository. File is not removed from the remote repository. Once you do the remove, you need to commit and push. You need to commit and push. Git commit -m deleted db.txt file. I have deleted db.txt file. Then go for git push. When I do the git push now, refresh my repository. File available or not available? Not available. So tell me, what is the git log command and what is the git rm command? Git log is used to check the commit history. What is the purpose of rm command? Rm command is used to remove the files from the remote repository. If you execute just git rm, is it sufficient? No. For the rm, what we need to do? After git rm, then we need to commit plus push. After git rm is completed, we need to commit and we need to push it. Then only that file will be deleted from the repository. Are you able to follow this? Perfect. Now, next one. Can you tell me what is the purpose of clone command? Complete project I want to download from the remote repository to my local repository. I want to download the complete project from remote repository to local repository. Then we will go for rm command. Are you guys clear? Fine. Next, let us check the git status. Yes. Are there any new changes available in the project? Are there any new changes available in the project? New changes are not available in the project. Now let's go here. Let's go here. Make the changes to the pom.xml. I'm making password util change from 1.1 to 1.2. I changed the dependency from 1.1 to 1.2. Perfect. Now I will go and verify git status. What is the status? Modified. Staged. It is staged or it is unstaged? It is unstaged. How to stage it? How to stage it? By using git add dot. Git add dot. I have added that file. Then git commit -m version upgrade. Version upgrade to 1.2. Version upgrade to 1.2. Go to remote, check the pom.xml. What version is available? What version is available in the git remote repository? 1.1. Now I want to upgrade it to 1.2. I already committed. Is it reflecting in the remote? Not reflecting in the remote. Not reflecting in the remote. What I need to do now? I need to push it. What is the command? Git push. Now I have done the git push. Now refresh that. Refresh that. See the pom.xml. Which version is available? 1.2 is available. Now, manager told that Ashok, 1.2 dependency having some problem. Whatever the commit you have done, you delete that commit. Whatever the changes you have committed, those changes are not required. Yesterday, our team decided that password service is updated. We need to go with the 1.2 version. I made the changes to the pom.xml. I pushed that file to the GitHub repository, but there are some issues with the 1.2 version. We need to go back to the previous version. Okay, guys? So that means this is called commit revert. Whatever the changes I have committed, I need to delete my changes. This we can do in two ways. This is a damn sure question in the interview. So you have modified some Java files for a bug fix. You committed your changes and you pushed your changes to the remote repository. After that, we realized the changes, whatever we have pushed, they are not required. I have done the push. Those changes are not required. How to revert our commit changes? Whatever the changes we have committed, how to revert our commit changes? This is 100% interview question for experienced people. I have done some commit. My changes are pushed to the remote repository. How to revert the changes? What is the meaning of revert? In the database, you know, rollback. What is the meaning of rollback? Bring the system status back to the previous version. Similarly, I have committed my file and I want to revert my changes. Reverting the changes means removing the changes whatever we have committed. That is called a revert. In the database, it is called rollback. In the Git or Bitbucket, it is called as revert. This revert we can do in two ways, guys. The first approach is whatever the file you modified, open that file and make the change to 1.1 and commit again manually. So I have changed it from 1.1 to 1.2. I have committed and I have pushed it. If you know which file you have modified, if you know which code you have modified, go to that file, remove the changes. I kept 1.2. I removed that 1.2 and I will keep 1.1. I will save it. Again, I will commit and push. That will become a new commit. That will become a new commit. When you have only one file, when you change only one line, that is easy to remember. That is easy to remember. For example, I have done the changes in the 10 Java classes. I modified so many lines from last 2 days. I have pushed it. 100 lines of code is modified in the 10 different classes in my project. How to remember all the classes which I have modified? How to remember which line of code I have modified? Is it possible? Not possible. So two ways we can do the revert. One way is that approach. Remove the latest changes, again commit and push that. When you can go for this operation? When you make a small change, if you know where is that change, what is that change, then make the changes again, whatever the previous code you want, commit and push that. But if I modify 10 files, can you remember what are the changes we have done? No. Then what we need to do? In that scenario, we need to check our Git log. We need to check our Git log. What is the latest commit I have done? What is the latest commit I have done? Version upgrade to 1.2. Version upgrade to 1.2. Now let's do the queue here. Let me show the version again. Git log. When I go for the Git log, what is the latest commit I have done, guys? Version upgraded to 1.2. This is my commit ID. 42 characters commit ID will be generated. But when you go for the GitHub repository, it will show you first 7 digits of that commit ID. First 7 characters will be displayed from the commit ID. Version upgrade I have done to 1.2. Whatever the change I have done, that is not required. I want to remove my commit history. I want to remove my change. Then observe, check the Git log. This is my commit ID. Select it. I copied it, : Q. Now go here. I will execute a command called git revert command. For the revert command, I need to give the commit ID. So whenever I have done the commit, what is the commit ID generated? I need to revert that commit by using git revert commit ID. After doing the revert, again we need to push to the central repository. Now check the git log. This is my latest commit ID. Let me copy that. Now you exit from there. Now go to git revert and paste it. What is this ID? What is my recent commit? Whatever the changes I have committed, it can be a 1 file, it can be 10 files, it can be 20 files. All the changes are affected with that commit history, with that commit ID. Now I am going for git revert commit ID. Enter. Now your changes to the following files would be overwritten by the merge. Your local changes to the following, sorry, already I have modified. What is the latest change that I have done? 1.2. Okay. Now let me go for git revert commit ID. When I do the git revert with the commit ID, it is asking, boss, what you want to do, why you want to do the reverse. You need to enter that comment. To enter the comment, we will write the I. You will press I. Now let me do it once again. Fine. So here I'm going for git revert. When I go for git revert, it is going to revert my changes. First time when you do the git revert, it will open a pop-up to enter a message. Why do you want to revert it? So if you enter and close it, then it is going to say your branch is ahead of one commit. That means you need to push to publish your local commits. I reverted. What is the meaning of revert? I have removed my changes. After removing my changes, then what I will do? Git push I am going to do. After doing the git push, now refresh our repository, and now what it is saying that reverted. Whatever the commit I have done for the upgrade of the version, I have reverted. Go to the pom.xml. Which version is available now? Previous version is available. Now do you understand? What is the commit? What is the push? What is the revert? I will do the revert once again. Observe carefully. Observe carefully. All these commands are very, very important, guys. If you do small mistake with the git operation, total project will be affected. So it is not just for your work. All the team members will be there in the project. If you do small mistake in the git, total project will be collapsed. We should be very careful when we are working with the git operations, because we are working with other developers code also in the git. If you make any change, that may affect the other developers code also. Observe carefully. Now I am going to SRC main Java. There is a Java class available. Let me modify the Java class. app.java, edit with notepad++. Yes. So in this Java class, I'm declaring one variable, integer I is equal to 10 and integer j is equal to 20. So this is the change I made in the Java class. And similarly, let me go for the test class also. Let me make the changes in the test class as well. Here, I am declaring one more thing, integer x is equal to 20. Okay. Java, normal Java class is modified. My test class is also modified. Multiple files I have modified. Now go here. Let us verify git status. What is git status? What is git status? It is telling now. Modified the files. One file is modified or two files are modified? Two files are modified. I want to stage, I want to commit, I want to push, then I want to revert. Understand my point? Yes. How to add the files to staging area? How to add the files to staging area? Git add dot. Git add dot. Now can I verify? Can I verify? Yes. The files are added to staging area. I want to commit the files now. How to commit the files now? Git commit -m Java files modified. Java files modified. One Java file or two Java files? Two Java files are modified. Now let's go for git push. What is the purpose of git push? commit from the local repository to remote repository. Now go to the remote repository. Yes, Java files are modified just now. Go to SRC, main Java, open app.java. Variables are available. Whatever the variables I have added in the Java class, available or not? Available. Now go back to test class. Now go back to test class. In the test Java, I added X variable. Can you see the X variable available? Two files are available. Two files I have committed and I have pushed those two files to the repository. Now, whatever the commit I have done, that is by mistake. I don't want those changes in the remote. I want to remove my changes. How many ways we can do it? What are the two ways? Manually change the code and commit and push. Is that easy? Now today 2 files are available. In future it can be 10 files also. Can you remember what are the changes you have done? No. Then what is the best option? Check the log history, take the log ID, commit ID, then revert that commit ID. What is the meaning of reverting the commit ID? Whatever the changes we pushed in that commit, all the changes will be removed from the repository. Are you clear? How to check the log? How to check the log? By using git log command. So this is my commit ID. This is my commit ID. Copy this commit ID. Now here Q, just to quit that. Now I have closed it. Now which command I need to execute? Git revert space commit ID. That is the latest commit that I have done. Whatever the changes I have committed in that commit, I want to remove that. Got it? Now observe carefully here. When I enter, it opened a message window. Here we need to type the message why you want to revert. What is the reason for the revert? By default, what is the message is coming? Revert Java files modified. This is the message that I have given at the time of committing. Now I am doing the revert of that. You can simply press the escape and :WQ. Escape :WQ. Or else, 1 minute. Or else you can do Control C. That window is stuck. So generally you will go for insert mode. You will enter some data. What if you want to make the message here? Once this window is open, press I in the keyboard. Then you will go to insert mode. What is the meaning of insert mode? Insert mode means we can modify this content. Now let me go here. Revert Java files modified. I'm making as a reverting Java files modified. Press escape :WQ. At the bottom, escape button you need to press. Yes, no. What is the meaning of revert? Then what is the remove? What is the difference between remove and revert? I gave you 10 minutes break because you people will feel bored if I take continuously 2 hours class. Why are you not concentrating, man? From where are you? From where you are coming to the class? It is almost 15 kilometers. What is the use? What is the use of coming morning and going in the evening? Just to see the Amirpeta. How institutes are running in the Amirpet, how hostels are running in the Amirpet. You want to inquire? What is the use of coming to the class? Tomorrow when you go to the company with experience, can you ask your team member to explain the Git commands? You can ask some help in the coding part. If you ask the help in the tool, you are pakka fake. Everybody don't know everything. Java logic, if you are not able to write, you can ask your team member, I'm not able to understand the requirement. They will explain you because every day new requirement will be there. But the tools question, you cannot ask your team member. If you ask a question on the tool, that means you are from Amirpet, you have fake experience. Because every day we need to work with the tool. From fresher to 20 years experience also. Every day we need to work with the tools. You should not do single mistake also while working with the tool. If you do a small mistake, the total project will be collapsed. You should give 100% attention when I am explaining the tools. Sit down, concentrate. Right. I'm doing the revert. by using escape colon WQ. So here I have reverted my changes. Once I reverted my changes, if you see git status, then what happened? What happened? Your branch is ahead of one commit, right? Whenever you do the revert, it will remove the changes. Then what I need to do now? Git push. So when I do the git push, go to the repository, refresh the repository. Now what happened now? Reverting the Java file. 3 minutes ago I have reverted. Go to src, go to main, app.java. Can you see the variables available? In the Java class, the variables are not available. Go to the test class and verify the test class. Variable X variable available or X variable not available? X variable available or not available? Why not available? So am I able to revert both file changes in the single command? Yes. What is that command? Git revert command. So what is the purpose of remove and revert? Remove is used to delete the file completely from the repository. What is the purpose of revert? Only whatever the changes we have done, only those changes I want to revert. Only those changes I want to revert. Clear? Good. Git to remove, and we have seen git revert. Git remove and git revert. And there is one dangerous command in the git, guys. Shall we start that? That is a git pull command. Git pull command. Okay. So as of now, are you able to understand all the commands that I have used? Revert command, rm command, log command, restore command, clone command, push command, remote add, commit, status, add, init, config, and help command. Are you clear? Right. Now guys, let's observe. SBI application is available in the Git repository. Now assume that somebody modified this file. And they pushed this file to the repository. For example, I'm removing this Nexus repository. That is one change. I made in the pom.xml. I'm directly committing that change in the remote repository. So now the file which is available in my local pom.xml file, which is available in the remote repository, both are same, both are not same. Now I have a project in my local. Same project is available in the remote repository also. In the remote repository, our team member modified something. They have removed some unwanted changes from the pom.xml. Now tell me, do I need to download the complete project or I need to take only latest changes? If I want to download the complete project, what I will do? I will need to go for git clone. In this scenario, should I go for clone? No. Why? I have the project already. Only today morning, some changes done by the other team members in the repository. I don't want to download the complete project. I want to download only latest changes from the project. To download latest changes from the project, we will go for a command called git to pull command. Git to clone is different. Git to pull is different. Git to clone is used to download the complete project. Git to pull is used to take the only latest changes from the repository. Are you able to follow me? Now tell me, in the remote repository, do I have that Nexus repository details in the pom.xml? Not available. Now go to my local pom.xml. Can you see Nexus details are available? In the remote they are deleted, but in my local still I have that. Now I want to take the update from the remote repository. I want to take the latest changes from the remote repository. Which command I am using to take the latest changes? I'm using a command called git pull command. It is saying that boss, pom.xml file is modified. Pom.xml file is modified. Go to my pom.xml. Now can you see that reload? So the remote repository details available or not available? Not available. So tell me how to take the latest code available in the remote repository to local repository. Git pull. What is the difference between git push and git pull? What is the difference between git push and git pull? Git to push is used to send the changes from the local repository to remote repository. What is the git to pull? Take the latest changes from the remote repository to local repository. That is called pull command. Pull is very dangerous command. Pull is very dangerous command. Lot of problems we are going to face with the pull command. When multiple developers are working on the same file, then conflicts will occur. Getting my point? Can I show you the conflicts now? Right. Here, assume that two people are working on the same project. Today, they are working on the same Java class. Two people are working on the same file and same Java class. Now, here guys, src main Java app.java, I'm editing this file. Somebody working on this project, in the class line number 11, they added one code. String s is equal to some high. They have added one line of code in the Java class. At the line number 11, string s is equal to high. Now they have committed that. Assume that somebody committed that. Now in my local, I am having the same Java file. Let me go for app.java. Here in the line number 11, I'm adding int a is equal to 10. Okay guys, this is my requirement, that is their requirement. They are working from Bangalore location, I'm working from Hyderabad location. I don't know that they are working on the same class. They don't know that I am working on the same class. We both are belongs to the same project. Today we got two tasks. Those two tasks are related to same Java class. I have added a variable in the line number 11. Okay, I don't know whether they have added or not. I am doing my work. Now let's go to git bash. Now git status. What it is saying that? Boss, you have modified a file that is app.java. Now I'm going for git add dot. Then go for git commit -m message. Added I variable. Committed. Now I am doing git push. My push is happening first or other developer push happened first? Am I doing the push first time or I am doing the, I mean, who is one developer working from Bangalore? I am working from Hyderabad. Who pushed first? Bangalore developer pushed first. I don't know that. I am working from Hyderabad. I don't know who has done the push for the project. I completed my task. I want to push my changes. I have done the commit. I'm doing the push. Git is intelligent here. It is not allowing my push. Why it is not allowing my push? Hey Ashok, before your push, I got another push from someone. So please make sure whatever the code they have pushed, whatever the code you are pushing may be same. Don't try to push the duplicate code. You first take the latest code from the repository. You compare that code and your code. Still, if your code is required to be pushed, then only push it. That is what the git bash is telling me. Is it allowing me to push or it is not allowing me to push? Not allowing me to push. Why it is not allowing me to push? Somebody already pushed the code to the repository before my push. Git is saying, boss, you hold on. You are latecomer. Somebody already pushed the code to GitHub. You please check it. Whatever the code they pushed, whatever the code you are pushing may be same. If it is same, then it is not required. Already that code is available with me. You take that latest code, you compare your code and their code and see which code is required, then you do the push. So when somebody already pushed without taking the latest changes, we can't push our code to the GitHub. Are you able to follow me? Yes, can you read this message now? What the git bash is telling here? My push is a success or my push is failure? GitHub remote repository rejected my push operation. Why it rejected my push operation? Can you read it? Updates were rejected because the remote contains work that you do. Whatever the work that you are doing, maybe repository already having that work that you do not have locally. This is usually caused another repository pushing to the same reference. You may want to first integrate the remote changes before pushing again. What is the suggestion they are giving? You do the pull. Now, if I do the pull, what is the latest code I am going to get? String s is equal to high. In which line that variable is declared? In the 11th line. In my file, what I am doing in the 11th line? Integer a is equal to 10. Now, in the 11th line, string variable should be available or integer variable should be available. Confusion. That is called conflict. That is called conflict. Now, let me do the pull now. Observe what will happen. Before doing the pull, I am opening my code once again. See this code. I have declared a variable at the line number 11. They committed a variable at the line number 11. Their variable is a string variable. My variable is an integer variable. Now, let me go and do the pull. Am I able to push? I am not able to push. Not able to push because already some code is committed that does not available in my local. I need to take the latest code. How to take the latest code? Clone command or pull command? Clone or pull? Pull. What is the difference between clone and pull? Clone is used to download the entire project. What is the purpose of pull command? To take only latest changes. Now let me go for latest changes. Observe carefully. This is very common scenario in the real time because multiple people will be working on the project. People will be working on the same files. They will be working on the same lines also. We don't know. When multiple developers working on the same file, same line number, pull command will give you the problem. I declared a variable at the line number 11. They already committed a variable at the line number 11. I am late. Okay. Now do the pull. What happened? I got the conflict. This is a problem. In the interview, they will ask a question. Can you tell me what are the problems that you have faced in the project? You can say this is one of the problem. So when I am trying to push my code, it rejected my push because some changes pushed by my project team member from other location. Then I tried to take the latest changes by using pull command. Unfortunately, my changes and that developer changes on the same class, same line number. Then I got the conflict problem. Now go to our Java class and see how it looks when there is a conflict. Reload. Now my file is looking proper or my file is having a problem. My file is having a problem. Whenever you get a conflict, this code will be disturbed. This code is called as a junk code, which is unwanted code. Whenever you get a conflict, how I got the conflict? When I do the push, I got the conflict, or when I do the pull, I got the conflict. When I do the pull, I got the conflict. What is the purpose of pull? Latest code I want to get. When I'm getting the latest code, why I am getting the conflict? The changes are in the same line. If the changes are in the different line, there is no problem. If the changes, I am doing the changes in the line number 1, they made the changes in the line number 11, then there is no problem. Their code I will get it, my code will be available, their code will be available. I can push my code to the repository. But the problem is they have made changes in the line number 11. I am also making the changes in the line number 11 and I have done the pull. So Git has downloaded the latest code from the repository to local. In the local, in the same line, there is another code. Then Git got confused to merge the changes, boss. String variable is there, int variable available. Which one I need to keep? I don't know. This is your problem. Git is handovering the problem to the developer. Now, I got the conflict. Then it is my responsibility to resolve the conflict and commit the code to the repository without conflict. Are you guys getting my point? So this is damn sure question. How to resolve merge conflicts. How to resolve merge conflicts. How to revert the code which is pushed to the GitHub repository. These are very important interview questions. How to do the git revert, how to resolve merge conflicts. Getting my point? So this git pull is a rare scenario or very common scenario? Very common. Why? Because in the project, multiple developers will be available. They will be committing the code to the different Java classes. You don't know which classes I am modifying. I don't know which classes you are modifying. There may be a chance we both are working on the same class, same method. Then we will get the conflict. Got it? Who is responsible to resolve the conflict? The person who is pushing late. Who got the conflict, that person is responsible to resolve the conflict. My team member Ganesh committed the changes, pushed the changes. Now it is my turn to push the change. When I want to push, it is not allowing me. It told me to pull the changes. I pull the changes. I got the conflict. Who is responsible? Ganesh is responsible. I am responsible. Can I scold Ganesh why you pushed the code? No, that is his job. That is his job. He completed his task. He pushed his changes. Now I completed my task. I am pushing my changes. When I am pushing my changes, it rejected because he already pushed the changes. I have to pull this problem. This is an excellent solution in the GitHub. This is not available in the SVN. In the SVN, if I push now without taking the latest changes, Ganesh code will go. That is code overriding. My code will override the Ganesh code. That is one of the biggest drawback in the SVN. But Git is intelligent. It is not allowing me to push without taking the pull. That's why people are not using SVN nowadays. If still you are interested to learn SVN, then I uploaded YouTube videos on the SVN. When I explained SVN tool in the project batches 3 years back in 2020, that is the last batch which I explained SVN. After that, I have stopped discussing SVN in the classes because nobody asking a question on the SVN. You can simply say we are not using, we don't know that. We are using GitHub or Bitbucket, that is sufficient. If anybody after joining in the company, unfortunately, if it is a legacy project, if they are using SVN, you can refer my videos on the SVN. I will share the link of the SVN videos. In the SVN, this kind of problem, if it is there in the SVN, Ganesh committed the code, he done. Now I am committing. SVN will not tell me, boss, take the latest. Directly it will take my code, it will replace the Ganesh code. So code override will happen. When you override the code, do you think that other developer will keep quiet? They will complain to manager. Every day he is removing my code from the project. He is a fake person. He don't know how to commit the code. So that kind of problems will come. So that's why we should be very careful when we are working with the code repository servers, because it is not only our code, the total project code will be available in the repository. If you do a small mistake, the complete project will be collapsed. So we should be very careful. We should be able to practice all the commands properly multiple times. Then only you will get that perfection. Got my point? Yes. Now when I got the conflict, if I am able to understand, okay, these are just two variables. If I declare my variable first or Ganesh variable first, there is no effect on my method. I am able to understand clearly these are just two variables. If integer variable is first or if a string variable is first, there is no effect on my method. Then what I can do, whatever the unwanted code is generated, I will remove that code. This is what I want. My code should be available and other developer code also should be available. Whatever the junk code is generated, I have removed that junk code and I will save my file and I will commit and push that file again. Now go for Git status. What it is saying? I am fixing the conflict. Whatever the conflict I got, I am fixing that conflict. Now let me git add dot. That file I have added. Now let me do git commit -m. I'm saying added I variable. Now git push. I have taken the latest code by using git pull command. When I take the latest code by using pull command, I got the conflict. Then what I have done? I removed that junk code. Again, I staged that file. I committed that file and I have pushed that file. Now go to repository, refresh. Now can you see I variable available? String is available. Integer is also available. For example, you got a conflict and you are not able to understand how to resolve the conflict. Now you see git commit history by using log command. You will understand who committed the latest code. Then make a meeting with that person and resolve the conflict. Okay, you are having some code, I'm having some code. Your change, my change should be on the same line. Your change, my change should be on the same line. Directly you cannot remove my code. Directly you cannot change my code. Then you should set up a meeting with me because I have done that change. Now you want to make some other change. Set up a meeting with that person and discuss which code is correct. Then keep that code, then commit and push that code to the repository. So interaction is required with our team members. Getting my point? How to identify who has done that commit? How to identify who has done that commit, guys? By using git log command, we can identify who has done that commit. Now tell me, what is merge conflict? When you will get the merge conflict? What is the merge conflict and when we will get the merge conflict? If other developers and you, if other team member and you working on the same file, same line, then when you go for the pull command, you will get the merge conflict. How to resolve the merge conflict? Open the file, remove the unwanted code, see which code is required to be, which code should be available, keep that code, remove remaining code, remove that, then again stage, again commit, again push that. So like that you need to resolve the merge conflict. So tell me, what is the difference between pull command and push command? What is the difference between push command and pull command? Push is used to send the changes from our local repository to remote repository. What is the purpose of a clone? Take the complete project. What is the purpose of a pull? Pull is used to take only latest changes. Push and pull both are completely different, opposite. Can I say both are opposite? Push and pull are opposite. Git pull is available from the local repository. That files are added to staging area. From staging, I have done the commit. So after doing the commit, how to revert the changes? Which command is available to revert the changes from the commit? What is the command? Git revert command. Git revert command. How to unstage the file from the staging area to working tree? Git restore. You can pass that flag, double hyphen staged flag. Then it will restore. Otherwise, restore is used for two purposes, for unstaging as well as for discarding the changes. Perfect. Yep. All of you clear with these git commands? Any questions, anyone? Yeah. Right. Yeah. Guys, this is just like a rough notes. Already I prepared the complete material for the git. For Maven, I have uploaded complete notes. Have you seen that? Yeah. So I have the git notes separately. I have prepared that. So this is just running notes, because if I'm typing each and every point, it is wasting a lot of time. So just I'm writing the rough notes, high level point. The complete notes material is already available for Git. I will upload that. Okay. So I don't want to waste the time typing each and every definition. Right. So you understand the concept now. Perfect. Any file you can remove from the repository by using RM. After doing RM, first it will delete from the local, not from the remote. If you want to remove from the remote also, you need to commit and you need to push that. Yeah, you can delete it, all the files. But don't do that. We'll come to that. Yeah. Yep. We need 1,000 times practice. Huh? Why, man? Okay. Any questions, anyone? No. Huh? Yes, sir. Tomorrow is holiday. Tomorrow is Telugu New Year. Yeah, it is Ugadi. Yes. Huh? गुड़ी पड़वा हिंदी में गुड़ी पड़वा बोलते हैं ना मराठी में गुड़ी पड़वा ओके या Abhishek please type your doubt Himanshu post your doubts in the chat box I will read that yeah offline people and online people any doubt you can post it here class notes Mr. Ashok Bidway I uploaded the class notes to the portal guys you can download from there okay class videos and notes uploaded in the portal all of you got the access for notes and videos online people and offline people please check that if you log in into our website you will see the access for that the people who completed the payment dues they got the access please clear the due already 10-15 classes are completed hibernate is already completed from module 3 right you can understand that yeah the people who completed the due amount they got the access for that yeah how to manage fake experience we'll discuss in the coming classes man first guys first concentrate on the subject how to manage that gap how to attend the interview if you want to get the job if you want to manage the experience first you should be technically strong first focus on the subject then remain if you have the subject any company can take you okay first for next 2 months forget about the experience forget about the job and all that stuff you focus on subject if you know the good subject if not one company we can go for other company that is not the big problem and this month March it is a financial year ending companies are busy in submitting their balance sheets and all tax information recruitment is freezed for the March month so HRs will be busy in completing their documentation process for the year end March 31st that will be completed in the April again openings are going to start because they will get the fresh budget for the new employees to take in that company this month calls are not available recruitments are not happening if you make a call to HR nobody will answer your call also because they are busy with their documentation process to submit year-end declarations for the tax department so that is the reason this month openings are not available calls are very less in the month of April and May the calls will be good for the Java people so by that time in the next 1 or 2 months of time we need to complete all this stuff and we should be ready to attend the interviews got my point so focus on the subject practice on that so don't think that sir already we completed 6 months when we are going to get the job 6 months completed but these 2 months are the most important to get the job so will anybody develop a project with servlet JSP after going to the company what you will do Spring Boot framework. Without learning this Spring Boot, if you go for the company, is there any use? Will anybody take your profile? We are not from IIT to recruit our candidate by looking at the resume, right? We should be very strong technically with the latest technologies which they are using. So give me another 2 months of time, then you will become good programmer to attend the interview and to crack that interview. Getting my point? Yes. Fine. Any other questions? GitHub actions. Yes, sir. We will cover those things. Himanshu, in your scenario, merge conflict will not come because your files are different, their files are different. But when you want to do the commit, you need to take the pull. When you want to push, you need to take the pull. So other developer committed the changes, you need to pull them, then only you need to push them. They created new Java file, you modified some other Java file. then conflict will not occur. Conflict will occur only when the changes are in the same file, same line. Same file, same line. Then only conflict will occur. Good. Fine, guys. So I will upload the complete notes for this. What is a check-in, checkout? RAM, check-in, checkout is a terminology which is related to SVN. In the Git also checkout is available. That checkout we will discuss in the next class. I need to explain you Git branches. So to switch from one branch to another branch, we will go for checkout command. There is no concept called check-in. There is no concept called check-in in the Git. Only checkout available. By mistake, delete file from the remote repository. Any procedure for revert back? Yes, git revert you can do. So whatever the file you deleted, you will get it back from the previous commit. Right. Fine. Good, guys. I will upload the latest notes on the GitHub. Please practice all these commands. Today evening Spring Boot class is there. Today evening Spring Boot class is there. Only tomorrow classes are not available. Today evening class as usual. At 5 o'clock we will start that. Thank you. We'll meet in the evening class.